Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. I'm going to say Tuesday because I think that's when you're going to see this. So, today's video is going to be a yarn haul. This is from the big premiere like blowout super summer sale that was going on before the 4th of July. Um, I'm trying to remember what day it got delivered. Because Brian and I were gone, and when we came home, it was on the porch. They had sat it in the rocking chair, um, off of well, I guess maybe in case it rained, but sitting in the rocking chair would have got wet. But anyhow, and I am just now getting to it. I have had so much stuff going on, been super busy. So we need to, before I push the button, I have cut through the tape. That way we didn't have to worry about that, me struggling. Yeah, because it's a pretty big box. Um, as most of you recall, during the big premiere sale event, there were a lot of good deals. And one of the big deals was on something that I use a lot of. And it was something that I'm kind of running low on. I'm not running low on blanket yarn because I got quite a bit during the Joann's liquidation. But as far as like the regular chenille amigurumi yarns that I love to use, I was running a very low. I just have a little bit left right here. I go through quite a bit of it. Yeah, it's behind me, like right here and down to that one. And I think I got a couple balls over here. But one of the big things that were in their sale that we've heard a lot of people talking about, and it kept popping up in the advertisements, were the stash bags. And they had a lot of colors, and there's a lot of yarn in them. And they were on sale for a really cheap price. So I had talked to Brian about it, and he's like, if you're going to use them, go ahead, which he knows I will. Because I have a lot of amis that I've got to get started going, other than the ones that I've got going already. But I needed more chenille, and I needed more colors than I already have. So that is what we bought. We bought stash bags. The yarn, was it Stash Goals? And I'm going to try and read my email so we can go through and make sure everything's in the package. I'm having to blow it up, make it bigger, see, because my vision is like really screaming at me from all this heat. You guys know the MS affects my eyes, and whenever the heat and humidity are going, it just wreaks havoc on my whole body. So, we are going to see if we got them all. And I'm not sure how many were in here. So, I'm gonna fold that down. So we've got, yes, this is the first one. So these are the stash goals right here. And I love how they have a handle. And basically, it's 2 big balls of chenille, which is a heck of a lot better deal than this. Because one of these I can go through really fast in a project, even when I'm using multiple colors. So this for $5, this is like $5, I think, on sale, maybe $4.99. I'm not sure. And I've had these for a while, but I'm running super low. So we got a bunch of stash bags in all different colors. The mega value pack, it's 500 grams, 1.1 pounds of chenille. And these are, of course, 100% polyester. from Premier Yarns, and I can't read any more of that, but this is the color cream right here. So we got cream. And then the next one, and all these are going to be the same. Because, and I don't think that this might be it. Yes. The next one is the sage green. So we got sage green, and all of them are, I think that is, but they're not resealable. That would be cool if they would put like the Ziploc baggie seal on them. But, yeah, but sage green. And I like the color. It's a little bit different than what it shows online. Of course, you know, cameras and pictures and everybody's devices are a little different. So that was sage green. And then we got the color Petal. So we've got Petal Pink. And and then we have, oops, I'm trying to throw my phone. Black. Yeah, that one's black. And you guys know the holidays are coming. We've got the 100 Days of Halloween coming. Right now, we're in Christmas in July, but definitely 100 Days of Halloween is coming. And, of course, we'll have the actual holidays coming. And I'm trying to get a head start on getting everything ready for the hospice stuff because I like to get quite a bit of it done for her to pick up because I know a lot of times that year she does not get down here to pick up things as often in the winter. So that way, the more I can give her to help kind of spread out due to the lack of her coming down. Yeah. So that's the plan anyways. Plus I have some gifts that I got to get going. Yeah. And then the next color was, I think it's this one. Oh, yes, bright blue, which is not as bright as I thought it would be. It's more of a, like a Carolina blue, honestly. Yeah, it's more of a Carolina blue. And these are falling over. I'm going to have to put them back in the box. Brian had moved it in to the other room to get it out of my way, but I had to drag it back in here to do this. And then we have light yellow. Very pretty. It's a little bit darker than what you're seeing right there. It's closer. Right there. It's almost a banana yellow. And then we've got is it this one? Nope. Not that one. Is it this one? Yes. We've got mint, which is a little bit darker than a mint. That's closer. Right there. Very pretty, though. And we've got lavender, because we know a girl got to have some purple. Got to have some purple. And This one's easy. We've got white. Gotta have the white. And that is very white. That is like cloud white. Almost like a marshmallow. And and then we've got coral. And that is so pretty. I am going to have so much fun making amis, guys. And then we've got bright pink. This one was obvious. Look at that. Almost matches my shirt. That is pretty. I cannot wait to work with this one. I have something in mind. But I have a couple, 3 projects that I have got to finish before. And then we've got rust, which does not look like rust to me. This looks like brown. Not even close. This is like teddy bear brown. So there's that, which is fine because I do make teddy bears, amongst other things. And then we've got tan, although it kind of has a little bit of a green hue, but it could be my vision. So there's that. That's tan. And then we've got aqua. And it's not quite that dark. It's a little bit lighter than you're seeing. Ooh. It's a little better. But it is very pretty. Very pretty. Sorry, guys. My allergies are killing me. And then we have Sprout, which this looks more minty. I'm wondering if they haven't switched that color. Where is it? This one that they're calling mint, this looks more mint. This looks more Sprout. But who am I? Who am I? And then we've got blue-green, which is a little more aqua than you're seeing. This light. It's a little brighter than what you're seeing, I think. I think maybe you'll be able to tell the difference better once you start working it up. See, well, that isn't even helping. Maybe if you put it... It is blue with a green tint. It's like an aqua greenish. Almost like a deeper sea foam. Yeah. I'm seeing sea foam. A darker sea foam. And then we have, last but not least, we have this gorgeous orange salmon. It is so pretty, guys. So pretty. I cannot wait to finish up the 3 projects I have in the works. And I can start getting into these and start working on some of those Christmas and gift things. Now, on my Monday, I know I did not do it. Like I said, MS has been affecting my life because of the heat and humidity, which adds fuel to the fire. And I was going to do a video, but I had an appointment and I had a lot going on. So by the time I kind of was able to woo-saw, I was not able to get it done. And here we are this late, and I'm like, I do have to do a video for Tuesday. And I need to get that box open, and I need to make sure that everything's in it. And that was everything for that. Let's close that. And what I was going to go over with you, besides what I'm working on Ami-wise, which I guess now at this point I'll show them next week. But remember when I showed you Peter the pig last week, and I said he seemed a little plain, but I did not want to sew the buttons on because I never know if he's going to end up in the hands of a small little. So I was thinking about doing like either suspenders or like a bib overall front panel. And I had talked about maybe a bow tie, but I said I was going to have to sit down and talk to Peter and see what he thought. And we had a discussion, and we went with, I'm going to go ahead and show you. I'm not going to wait and hold off until next week. So we did do the bib front overall wise on him. And I was going to do the sparkly blue, but it was a little dark when it came to him already wearing his bib overalls. So I opted to go with this turquoise color to go with his bibs. And yeah, I just made the front panel a little rectangle. And then on the corners, I just crocheted back long enough a chain to come back down to here. And then I single crocheted back up and reattached. And then I crossed. What I did was then I went down and trimmed it out, came over here and did the same thing on this side. And then was able to sew it on the front. And then I crisscrossed them in the back and put them back there. And then all I did for his little bow tie was make a little rectangle. And then I just took a long piece of yarn, put it through the center to kind of crinkle it a little bit. And then I wound it real tight, knotted it off, and then I tied it in and cut off the ends. So it's attached. So there is his dapper little bib overall outfit. Yeah, I didn't want to wait and show him next week just for those little tweaks, because I know last week I said he was pretty much done, but I was just feeling he was a little too plain. So, yeah, that's what we did with Peter. He likes it. He agrees. Um, so I was happy with how he turned out, and he will be ready to go to a new home at hospice as soon as Tracy calls to come over and pick up finished um, uh, gifts. So yeah, I just have to fill out his paperwork and put him in an organza bag and get him ready for traveling when that time comes. So, and I always put my Amis in a bag along with their paperwork in the organza bags. That way they're ready for gift giving, because it just gives it kind of like that finishing touch rather than here you go, here's a pig. They come in their own little, and I try and match colors with the project, although sometimes it doesn't happen that way. But yeah. So in that way they're a little more presentable. So yeah, that's Peter. Um, he wanted to hang out on my desk while we were going over the yarn haul. So yeah. How many of you partook in the premier big blowout sale? And did any of you grab any of the stash? These look pretty close. Very close. They're not the same, though. That one's coral. Yeah, they're a little bit different. But I like them. Any of you partake in the stash goals, Chenille? I know there's several of you who watch that really don't like to do Amis. I keep having people comment and tell me we leave it up to you, the expert, or the others that are experts. I by no means am no expert. I just find it very therapeutic to create things and give them personality. I think that's maybe why I'm so addicted to them, because I like seeing them come to life as I'm creating them and tweaking them in little ways to make them look better or different. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, so I'm looking forward to playing with this stuff along with my bigger, thicker blanket yarns. I do have some projects. I have a list and I shall be going down the list. So it is going to be a while before we are pulling anything out of the buckets, because there are certain projects I really need to get to because, like I said, holidays are coming. There are certain things I like to get made to get donated to hospice, especially with the holidays coming and everything. So, plus we got those gifts we got to work on. Some of them will be shown, some of them will not. Some of them are top secret gifts that will be mailed away. I don't know if we will be showing them. I'll have to make up my mind when that time comes. Yeah, we'll decide later. Some of them I may do what I did the last time when I did my uncle's raccoon. And I made the video before I shipped it, and then I waited to schedule the video out till way after I knew he was going to have it for Christmas, and Christmas would have come and gone. And that way you guys could see it, but it was after it was already gifted and it was open. So we'll see. But it also, there's some of those gifts that are kind of like just because kind of things, and I just like to mail them randomly. So I doubt I'll make videos with those. I may show them as they're in progress, but as to who they will be going to or where they will be going, sometimes I don't know, and sometimes I do, and I will not say. So, yeah. So you may see them in some capacity, the majority of them, but definitely the hospice makes and things like that. So, yeah. So I guess with that, I got to box up this yarn back in this big old box and go put it out of my way. I'm hoping this week to get a little more organization done and get some of this stuff put on shelves. And I'm trying to reconfigure my closet area for storage. So, fingers crossed, because we got a lot more heat and humidity, and it's going to be bad along with storms. So I'm not trying to go out in it as much as possible. I don't think I have any more appointments unless something comes up this week. So my plan is to stay inside in the air conditioning, maybe take the frequent break outside to check the hummingbird feeder and the mama kitty out there that had her kittens underneath our shed. Because I keep going out and checking her food dish and giving her fresh water and all that, because I don't want her drinking hot water, and I want to make sure she's got fresh food. Because she'll go under there, feed her babies for a little bit, come up, eat. Go under there, feed her babies for a little bit, snuggle with them, come up and eat and take. And I keep asking her, I hope she's got a really good sitter under there. But she sits and watches because you can see where the babies are up underneath the ramp on our shed. You can see it from the porch where I sit. So she is able to sit there and eat and watch and make sure nothing goes over there to mess with her kids. So yeah, I guess with that, I'm gonna let you guys go. And this is going to be the last yarn haul for quite a while. I am wading through yarn slowly but surely. But projects made with this stuff do go quicker than using the regular 4-weight and 3-weight yarn. So, and some of the Amis do go by super fast. So I know it won't take me too awful long to start dwindling down all this furry, yummy Ami yarn, which you guys know I love working with. I know some of you hate it, but I absolutely love working with it. I love making things that are squishy soft and cuddly. So, yeah. So I guess with that, I will let you get back to your regularly scheduled Tuesday because I know I have some things I need to do as well as get this box out of my way. And I will be back tomorrow for Wipeout Wednesday. I do have something slated for Thursday. Actually, like 2 things I'm debating in between. I may end up recording both of them and just scheduling one of the others for next week. But once again, sorry about no video on Monday. So I guess I'm going to go. Otherwise, I'm going to keep doing that Midwestern goodbye and just keep talking. But I miss you guys. I really do. So with that, I really am going to let you go and leave you with these parting words. Life is not perfect, so be kind. Try and create something new every day and keep reaching for the stars in your yarn. So till next time, guys, love you bunches. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.